श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावह. Hello friends, this is the 35th shlok of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha, which means inferiorly performed Swadharma is superior to Pardharmat Sanushtitat, which means duly performed duty of the other. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyah, which means death in Swadharma brings credit. Pardharmo Bhayavaha, which means the dharma of other brings fear. So this shlok is one of the more popular shloks of Bhagavad Gita, and the reason for that is that a lot of people have criticized Bhagavad Gita based on this shlok and have said that in this shlok Shri Krishna is propagating the caste system in India. So with that background about this shlok, we will understand this shlok in a deeper sense to bring out the true meaning of this shlok. And here I would like to make it clear to you that I am not really saying that the caste system was never really present in India. There are a lot of people who make claims that caste system was never really present in India, which is incorrect. The caste system was indeed practiced in India, and it was practiced in a very bad sense. But the fact that people say over here that Bhagavad Gita itself propagated the caste system is not really true. The thing is that maybe people might have practiced based on this shlok, but that was because they were not able to understand the meaning of this shlok. So that's why it is very important that we properly understand what Shri Krishna is telling over here. So Shri Krishna basically is saying that it is better for you to perform your own duty even if you are not able to perform it in a proper manner, and it is not really proper for you to perform someone else's duty. Someone else's duty will not bring you credit. He is also saying that in performing your own duty, even if you die, that is fine, but if you were to perform the duty of others, then that is going to bring you fear only. So many times when people criticize this shlok, they only focus on the first line, wherein Shri Krishna is saying that it is better for you to perform your own duty even if you are not able to perform it correctly. And the logic given over here is that Shri Krishna is telling you to perform the duty that has been ascribed to you based on your caste. So this is quite unfortunate because in this whole shlok, Shri Krishna has never mentioned anything about your varna or your jati, and still people extrapolate it. And I think that mostly happens because people look at the Indian society only from that lens, and maybe people might have even interpreted it like that. I mean, who really knows? But our motivation over here is to understand this shlok in the right manner, and to understand it in the right manner you have to look at this shlok in the context in which it has been said. So in shlok number 33, Shri Krishna has said that the wise people also act according to their qualities, and everybody in this universe is bound to perform by their qualities because they are part of nature. And so repression of your qualities is not something which will bring you freedom. You have to act according to your qualities and then go beyond the qualities. So with that in mind, here you can understand what Shri Krishna is talking about. He's actually talking about your qualities, that you have to act according to your qualities. Your qualities are the one which are going to determine your dharma, and you have to act according to your qualities even if you are not able to perform your actions in the right manner. You should still only act according to your swadharma, that is according to your qualities. So you can see example of this even now, where in the Western countries you can see how some people have got an idea that men and women are same, and that the differences that arise in them arise because of the differences in which they are raised. And so with that in mind, some people tried to force things on kids, and they basically asked both the girls and the boys to play with the same sort of toys, and so they encouraged the girls to play with guns, say for example, and they encouraged the boys to play with dolls. And the consequence of this experiment was that both the girls and the boys did not really like it. I mean, and this is when we are talking about really, really small babies who have not really understood much. Still, they did not like it, which clearly shows that the temperament of boys and girls is different. And so, forcing the boys to be like girls and forcing the girls to be like boys only creates fear. So that is what the second line also over here is saying by Shri Krishna, that it's better to even die performing your swadharma, because the performance of the dharma of the other is going to bring fear only. So you can also picture this. Let's say that there is a small boy, and he comes to a place where he does not have any toy to play with, and he only finds a Barbie doll to play with. Now, if you were to see this boy play with that Barbie doll just like it should be played, wherein they are having tea parties and things like that, then you will only think that there is something which is not right with this boy. On the other hand, if the boy somehow changes that Barbie doll into some action figure and starts playing like that, then you will say that, okay, yeah, I mean, things are normal, boys behave like that. So over here, you can see that the boy was not able to really perform his swadharma, which is to play with the dolls in the form of action figures in the proper manner. But still, that was better than him playing with the doll in the way that the doll has to be played, that is to play perfectly with that doll, as in playing tea party and things like that. So that is basically the whole message over here of Sri Krishna, that it brings you credit to act according to your qualities, even if you are not able to act in the proper manner. While if you can act in the proper manner, but you are performing the action consistent with the qualities of others, then that is not really going to bring you any credit. And the thing can also be understood, the second line can also be understood from this situation itself. Let's say that you force the boy to play with the doll only in the way that it should be played, that is to have a tea party. In that situation, the boy will just not play with the doll at all, which is again the same thing, that it's better to die performing your own dharma than to perform someone else's dharma, because performing someone else's dharma is only going to bring us fear, because you are not really being yourself. So that is the whole message. It is unfortunate that people have interpreted it in a very wrong manner. However, we have to really understand this message in the right manner so that we can then implement that in our life. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.